All right, guys, we're back live for another episode of Muscle Discord, and we're get there's Chris Dim. We'll get Chris in here. Hey, Chris, we're live right now. How you
What's
doing,
up,
brother?
guys? What's going
What's
on?
going on? What's going on?
What's up? All right, and we got another guest joining us shortly as well. There we go. He's popping on. There we go. Hey, come on. Do you want to turn your camera sideways? It'll make you,
Okay,
yeah. And then we'll get going
this
here.
way.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not locked, or you might have it locked. Yeah, you have your phone locked so it doesn't rotate. So if you do you know how to unlock your phone so it rotates? Just see if you can do it. Anyways, all right, guys. So let's see. Oh, let's see. Just want to get this. Make sure everything's connected. Are we good? Is it connecting? Let me see here. What's going on here? Is it connecting to YouTube? I see people there, but is it not showing? Guys, let me know if you can see me in the comments, because it's not showing that there's viewers, but people were waiting there. I know Patty was watching. Let's see. What's going on here, guys? 1 second. I'm going to refresh this. Connection. Does someone? I'm looking on my other phone here and it's not showing up. What's happening here, guys? This is the first time this has happened. It says it's live. There's Kamal.
I'm back.
Hey, just go back to the other way. Sorry about that. I thought your phone would rotate when you turn landscape there. You can turn it back.
Turn it
I don't
back.
see any comments, so it
Yeah,
must
turn it that
something.
way.
Yeah, that's where we go. I don't see comments coming up, so something is going on with the connection here. What the hell? Jesus. Yeah, and I'm checking my other. Oh, this is weird. I don't know if it's connecting or not. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, there we go. I don't know, guys. So there now it's popping up. There's a massive delay there, guys. So if you hear me in the comments, let me know. It's
Yeah,
now
I
it
can
seems,
hear you.
yeah, it seems to be connecting now. I'm going to refresh this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're there. Okay, they're saying we hear you now. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. A little delay there, but YouTube, whatever. We have a big show today. Lots to talk about. The Mr. Olympia weekend is over. And first off, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that joined me over the Olympia weekend. It was crazy. It was record breaking for me. We had 1.3 million views to the channel over the 2-day period. So we crushed it. We took out desktop bodybuilding, took out EP09. I know they were streaming too. And, that's what happens when you align yourself with Bob Ciccarello, EP09 and desktop. The people just don't want to go along that path with you guys. So I'm glad everyone is coming over to Muscle Discord and joining us on the Monday shows here with Phil and Kamal and Chris Dim. Guys, thank you for joining. We're going to go over our predictions. We're going to go over, there's someone in here that got more of the predictions placings right than others. So we're going to give them a little bit of kudos as well. So on my list here, I want to go over some things first before we go into the Olympia and talk about the physiques and everything. The live stream. Every year we complain about the live stream, the quality, the lighting, and once again, they don't disappoint with the terrible lighting, especially for prejudging. Was awful. It was in the expo and it was dark, gloomy, amateurish level of production for the prejudging for the 212 and the classic. And then obviously for the men's open was on the main stage. The lighting was a little bit brighter, but still not enough. Yeah, it was still kind of dark for the main stage, and it took way too long. People on the East Coast are up till 1 in the morning, right? Yeah, Phil, yeah, it's East Coast time for you in Florida, both of you, all you guys, except for Chris here on the West Coast, and you guys are up till 1 in the morning, waiting for the
Well,
results.
Saturday I was up till 2. It was almost 2
Two,
o'clock in the morning by the time I
yeah.
got over here.
So it's just like I don't know, man. We do this. It's almost like they don't care. It's like they hear our feedback. Everybody complains about it. All the different channels complain about the lighting and how long it takes, and there's never any change. Jay Cutler even like boycotted going to the show because he's like, I don't want to sit there this long, right? No change. So at the end of the day, I guess they don't give a fuck about the athletes and making them sit backstage that long, and their physiques are degrading backstage, and they're trying to eat and stay pumped and all this thing. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is all the female categories get to go out first, and then we'll get the men at the end. Who cares? As long as everyone stays and watches and doesn't leave the audience when the female. That's why they do it, to keep people there to the end. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
So just wanted to talk about that. There was also no prize money increase for first place at the Olympia. So the Arnold now is the premier show, paying out the most amount of money for first place, $750,000, to the Olympia's $600,000. So Jake would say, "Nah, gonna leave it at 600." Okay, that very interesting. So I wanted to highlight that.
Hey, they dropped the 212. Their money got dropped to 50.
They decreased, yes.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was 90. It was 90 last year.
wow! So they're dropping money. You know what? I think they're gonna potentially get rid of the 212. Do you guys think it should stay around, or what do you guys think? Do you keep the 212 or get rid of it? Just let them compete in the open, like Derek and Hadi ended up doing.
Well, I think because of the money and how much it's costing the prep and everything and even like with the sponsors and everything when you are in the open, so you will get more money. So
Yeah,
I would think the athletes, they're gonna move. They were gonna be moving, and the quality of 212 is not gonna be as good as what used to be, and so they're gonna be like really they're gonna remove it.
yeah.
That's
I
what I see.
Phil, what's your thoughts? Do you think that they're going to keep it or
I
get
think the
rid of
more
it?
people move over to the open from 212, like Kamal said, it'll happen. I think it's going to take a little bit more people to shift over. Now that the prize money got dropped down for the Olympia, that gives incentive for the 212s to move into the open. But the risk that they're taking now. Remember now, it's going to take a really quality 212 to really be in that money bracket in the open too. So I don't. I believe they're going to get rid of it right now. I don't think so, but I think eventually they are, because then they'll be able to shift more money into the open now. You know what I'm saying? That whatever money they'll have to now pay for 212, they'll shift it into the open. So that might be a possibility.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Just carry that prize money over to the open and
Yeah,
increase the
but they
open.
did decrease it this year, but they didn't increase the open. So they took that 50,000 down or 40,000. They didn't make the open more.
True.
So
They just
I
pocketed it, I
think what they
guess.
I think what they did, Kamal, is they shifted over more towards the women, because they did say that the total prize money went up to, I could be wrong, 2 million. The total
Yeah.
prize money went up to that. So some money was, which I don't think is right, to take it from 212, and I think they filtered it into like the women and the classic physique and the physique, if I'm not wrong.
yeah. I think I've seen, the women increased a little bit, which is
Yeah,
they deserve that as well, to be honest. Women's, I mean, really, their prize money is very poor. They
Yeah.
go through whatever they go through. They should be even higher than that. 50,000 for women to change her look and to change whatever, you know what I mean? And it should be a lot more than that. So.
Yeah. Um, Chris, what's your thoughts on the 212? Should we keep it or
There's still those fans, man, that are in the 212 that would be pretty upset when because they know they can never compete with the big boys, and they know that's the only thing that's going to get them into the Mr. Olympia. My other question is, well, which one's more popular? Is it 212 or the women bodybuilding?
Yes,
I don't know, actually. It's a good question.
I 212.
212. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they brought women bodybuilding back, but they also got, figure, and then they also got, physique. I mean, that's a lot, you know. So I would look at it from the point of which one's more popular and which one should be able to stay and do a vote. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Well, I think whatever you say, Jake Wood would never get rid of the women.
Yeah,
He's
you're
always
right.
supportive.
That's not gonna
Yeah,
happen with Jake
so
Wood.
it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen with the Jake Wood.
you
But
know, Jake.
yeah,
He likes the women bodybuilder shows, man. So he's all in on that one. So, but okay. So we'll quickly go through kind of what our predictions were versus what actually happened. So I'll just share my screen here, guys. Kamal, we didn't get yours because you weren't on the last Monday show. You were traveling, so couldn't get you on that one. But we'll see what you think too here. All right. So let me kind of zoom in here. See that? Okay. Okay. So what I did is I highlighted the correct predictions we made in green. So the only one I got right is Tonio, who got 8th. Phil also predicted Tonio to get 8th. Chris Dim, he beat us here. He predicted Hadi Choopan would get 2nd. Hadi got 2nd. And then he got the Tonio Burton, so he outpaced us there. And then ChatGPT predicted Derek to win. Derek won. And then I predicted Hadi to get 2nd. So ChatGPT outbeat me and Phil in our experience. And, that's it. Power of ChatGPT. It predicted, that was before the show. So and after prejudging, ChatGPT had Derek slightly in the lead and Andrew in 2nd. And then after finals, when they rejudged it, I put the photos into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT had Andrew clearly winning, and Derek in 2nd, and Hadi in 3rd, Samson in 4th. So first, let's just jump in and Kamal, you gave Phil and us some insights on the show, on Andrew, and we were like, okay, is this really true? And then I was, and Phil, and I was like, Phil's like, it's gonna be 1 and 2. It could be 1 or 2 for Andrew, and that ended up almost coming true. He got 3rd. Take us through what happened the night of the show, prejudging. He came out a little relaxed, and then he came back into the finals really aggressive. What did anyone talk to him, or did you talk to him? Like, what happened? Give us a little rundown.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, as you know, everybody saw what's the change of Andrew, and
Yeah,
I've told you we talked about it. I said this year they're going to see something they've never seen,
yeah,
which is true, because we went through like very very hard 6 weeks. We had to go that way of the training to get him ready, to get him what he is. Um, so when we saw him at the prejudging, so we saw that he's got the potential. He can win. It's
yeah,
not just me saying it. Everybody is being saying, "Uh-oh, he definitely can win." So when he came back, I said, "Hey, Andrew, you just walk there, act like a champion, because Andrew is in his way, has got that in him. He doesn't like to bother people. He does things in his own. Yeah, it's okay. I want to do it that way. Yeah, I said, no, 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 no. You have to do it all or not. You are a professional bodybuilder. You actually presented the physique. You've did like everything what we're supposed to be doing. So act as a champion, like you are the champion. And actually, he did. He just walked in, and he looked a little bit sharper than the prejudging. Of course, the Kris like sees him every single minute. We had a hard time driving down to the gym. Kris is coming. Man is like in and out, in and out, in and out. So watching him every after meal, before meal, I watch him. I go to the room because we stayed in the same hotel. So if Kris doesn't come, I'll go to the room. I'll watch him out, see what's this, give the feedback to Kris. So that's what he needs. He needs that. So to be honest, as a teamwork, it did work for Andrew. And this is what Andrew, as you see, even the posing, I
hmm
changed a lot of his posing. So he's like, normally now like double bicep, normally he does his left leg. So I said, no,
yeah.
change it. We do the right leg. The right leg suits him much better, brings more like hamstring, and then still needs a little bit of practice on it. But he brought the legs, he brought the hamstring. I think the hamstring is over. Brought like is more what
Well,
they expect.
Aceto said that Andrew had the best hamstring glute in the show.
Glutes. Yeah, to be honest,
Conditioning best, and he said he was the best conditioned in the show too. It's a big deal.
Exactly at the evening. So this is all done. We had to do the way to be hard for him in the training because we did hard training. We had to because when he came here, he's a little bit behind. So there is no way. We have to use everything. So if he's not, we didn't have to do like drop set, superset, the hardcore training because he's a little bit behind. So we have to do that. So we done that, and then here we go. Everybody saw the change with Andrew. He took it. At the first 10 days, he was a very, very tired, very like it's difficult for him. But man, he took it. When I say like we're gonna do this, he's doing it. It doesn't matter how. If like I see him like he's like very tired, he said, "No, you said we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it." Man, this guy, he's a hard worker. He's a very, very hard worker. Actually, he called me today from the airport going back. He said, "Kamal, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it." I said, "You know what we've been doing because I think he's gonna do 2 shows actually."
Please tell me he's doing the Arnold. Please tell me
he is doing the
there
Arnold.
It is.
This is his main game.
Breaking
he's
news.
Gonna do the Arnold, and he's gonna do. I think it's God. Is it Romania, Poland or something like that? Something in Eastern
Poland.
Europe. Yeah, it's Poland or.
Well, there's
yeah,
a Romania, yeah, but that's later I think that's after the Olympia, isn't it?
It's November. No. Now he's doing now.
Oh, he's going to do another show for us.
Yes.
Wow.
In 4 weeks, he's gonna do 4 weeks. He's gonna do one, and then he's gonna do the Arnold, and then that's it into the Olympia. So
wow,
we scheduling. So we're gonna arrange some few things, calls between me and him, Kris. What's actually the way and how we're gonna do it, and then he's hungry, man. He is
that's
so
awesome. That's
hungry
good.
now, man. I mean, at the beginning, Andrew, he's like keeping himself to himself. He doesn't even want to bother. Now he's asking for the stuff,
Good.
Yo, man,
He knows he's close. He's right there.
Very, very. I mean, as you see that pretty physique, man.
Look at this.
This genetic,
Jesus.
man. He's on stage. He looks huge. The tallest there, the biggest there. Everything is round, man. I mean, it's a very, very complete now. He's very complete.
Yes. And this side tricep. So when I put this into ChatGPT, it gave it to Derek because he's hitting it not like a side tricep. He's not showing the side quad like Derek does. So please tell him to hit the side because he might be giving that pose up. He does
the normal one and then he does that.
Transitions.
Transition. He does both. So he does that first and then he does that again. So but we told him he knows. Even the judges they told him that is not really right. So he does that and then he does this one. So he's not just doing this one.
Okay, because I couldn't find any on the NPC online. They missed a bunch of shots for Andrew. I'm like, man, there's no side tricep, so I had to find this one and put this one in. So I
will send you one big show.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Because he should.
Now I'm allowed to release. So
awesome.
Before I'm not allowed. Look at that pose. Look at that pose, man.
Okay, so I want to ask you: did you think Andrew should have won?
It's not me because I didn't go to the show. I was watching like you guys. I didn't really go. But to be honest, a lot of people, they said, there's no one will argue. No one will argue if he won.
Okay.
That's even Jay Cutler said now.
Phil, you went on the record and on the line, your credibility on the line, everything, and said Andrew's going to win or he's going to be second. He's going to be battling with Samson. And it came true for the most part. He did battle. He did beat Samson. So, I mean, you were right in that sense. But he didn't win. Do you think he should have won? Based on what you saw, you see, everything, Derek's conditioning, Hadi, was it enough? Or is he not ready yet?
Like, when I was watching the show, I don't think Derek conditioning was as good as Andrew or Hadi.
Even Aceto admits that.
Yeah. So honestly, I think it was down to Andrew and Hadi Choopan, and I had Andrew winning the show because I'm looking at pretty much almost the same conditioning. We know Hadi just is really, really crazy, especially with the serratus and everything that he shows. But it's bodybuilding, right? So I'm hearing Derek had much more muscularity. That's all I keep hearing. But we have to check all the boxes. You know what I mean? And when you're putting, no disrespect, when you're putting a shorter athlete compared to a taller athlete.
Let's go to the comparisons. Yeah.
A shorter athlete structurally can go out this way because there's no room to go up. They have to go out this way. But Andrew was not shy at all from muscle, mass, and density. Like I watched when they were giving out the prizes, and Andrew gave some people a hug and then turned his back. The guy is a monster. Now, when I competed against Andrew, he's bigger now than he was in person, and you only can respect his physique in person. So what we're seeing here at the Olympia still is not even justified what you see in person. Pictures and in person are just two different things. So
Yeah.
I had it between him and Hadi Choopan, and him with the size, structure, the flow, the symmetry, checking every box. You know what I mean? All I'm hearing is, Derek just had that overwhelming roundness and muscularity. Yes, he does. He has that. I give him that. But when we're talking about bodybuilding, we have to check every single box. And Andrew brought that in every different way with the added improvements. The only thing I would say was I would love to see Andrew when he does his side chest, because he's tall. He's 6'2", taller, competitor, 6 foot and up. I think he has a sit, and I kept hearing Phil Heath saying that sit a little lower because you're so tall. It gives more of a drop to the hamstrings when you sit into it a little lower and squeeze that glutes. Other than that, everything else and every pose he did was on point. And I love the finals. I love the attitude. I love the eagerness. He had to get chased back by Steve, saying this is not guest posing. But you know what? Everybody's asking for him to liven up and have fun. So then you want to, get back over there. This is not guest posing.
Come on.
We don't need to go all there with that. I mean, this guy now is giving everybody. He brought the physique. He brought the liveliness. He started hitting those poses before and staying in them because he wasn't doing that in prejudging. He came a whole different beast in the finals. And I just saw him winning by a small amount, edging out Hadi Choopan.
Yes. Okay. Chris Dim, what's your take on the top four here, and who did you have winning?
When I was watching the whole thing at the prejudging, I had Hadi beaten Derek. The only thing Derek had was more front quads. He had bigger quads, and he's got a better, wider V tape. But other than that, when I was looking at it, muscle per muscle, hitting every single pose, I would pick Hadi over Derek. Now, no one expect, the way that the judges is with what's going on right now, because now if they went ahead and put, I'm blanking out.
Andrew?
If we put Andrew Jack first, I don't think anybody would complain.
No,
I don't think anybody would. But I think it's more of a comparison between Andrew Jack and Hadi. I don't see Derek. He wasn't as tight as he normally is. And at the same time, he just didn't pop, man. Andrew's muscle pop. Andrew is a modern flex wheeler with hamstring and glutes, that is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy for a big man to get this, man. And then we get it, and then we're not rewarding it.
Yeah. So, but I don't think anybody will complain. But I think it was between, if you're going to pick a little bit more thicker, dense muscle, it's going to be Hadi. If you're going to pick more of aesthetic shape with condition, I can pick Andrew Jack. So that's my intake on it. I don't think Derek should have been there. I think he should have placed third.
Okay, so you had what? Andrew first, Hadi second, Derek third.
If after watching the prejudging, I would have Hadi, and then Andrew, and then I would have Derek, and then Samson. Honestly, the way Samson looked, that was a gift. I think fourth was a gift.
Okay, we'll get to that. Yeah, we're going to talk about Martin Fitzwater and Samson, and who should have been fifth or fourth there between the two of those, or maybe someone else. We'll see. So yeah, I had, after finals at prejudging, I had Derek ahead. I think with Hadi, do you think the leg? Everyone was talking about the leg. Everyone that was at the show was saying, well, Hadi's leg, the right leg, is smaller, and that's what's bugging them, and so they just didn't think that was enough for Hadi to win. Although Hadi did win in the finals over Derek. It was a 2-point decision between the two of those guys, and it was a bit of a gap between Hadi and Andrew for third for Andrew. So, the judges aren't seeing what I guess we're seeing in Andrew. Not sure why. Maybe, that he needs to be bigger, thicker, or some. I don't know. Like, what do you think the judges are seeing in Andrew to put him in third versus the win? Phil Clahar.
I mean, if I'm going to be straight up honest and voice my opinion, I don't know what they're saying because I just didn't see him, and I just didn't see it. I mean, he put it on the added size that he really didn't really need because they kept stressing his legs, his hamstrings, his glutes. That's all we kept hearing. He put overall size on every part of its body. I'm going to say it again. He's 6 foot tall, 6'2". So they can't expect him to be like the upcoming 212 guys that has shorter stature. Now, if you look at a lot of the Olympia champions, me and Patty actually was Googling this.
Yeah.
The average height was about 5'10" and up. Ronnie was like 5'11" and a little bit, right? So you're looking at even Dorian Yates. So what I'm getting is, they could keep pushing more dense muscle, but Andrew don't have to sacrifice his waistline to try to come in here like a Marcus Rule. You know what I'm saying? It's bodybuilding. So when you looked at the Olympia, I heard everybody say this. Their eyes was drawn to Andrew. No matter which way they shift them, your eyes were going over to Andrew because that's the impact. And then at the finals, with the drive and the extra energy, dude, I mean, I don't see a third place at all. Yeah. At all. And if you look right, you just nailed it. Somebody put a picture of the top four's bicep. And if you look at Derek's, there's no peak there.
It's weird.
You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, if they want to, say, okay, we're going to put Andrew in third because he needs a little bit more muscle and he's almost there. He's right. No, bro.
No.
Don't look for whatever. You're saying about the leg with Hadi Choopan? Okay, it wasn't that dramatically obvious. You can see it if you really, really pay attention to it. Yeah. But once again, they have to find a reason, you know what I'm saying, to justify the moves that they're making. You know what I mean? But yet we can look at Derek, no disrespect, great bodybuilder, hardworking, really good. But he was not the Arnold physique. It wasn't.
No.
He had some flaws. So if you're going to go with one flaw from one person and then saying, okay, Andrew's almost there, I've heard even Andrew needs to be a little bit more conditioned. Do people need glasses?
No.
I mean, come on here. No. The guy looked ridiculously dry, hard, and he came back in the finals even better with attitude. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the judging panel. I just believe it was just that's the golden child right now, which is Derek, and that was just a feasible option for them for that choice.
Yeah, like what are they going to say? Well, Andrew needs to get a little bit bigger. He needs a little bit more leg volume or something. And I'm like, I'm trying to see what they would say. Like if Tyler does the recap, I'm sure he's going to do the recap. He has to do it on this one. And what is he going to say about Andrew? Well, Andrew needs a little bit more hamstring. He needs a little bit more width here in the quad, and he can win the Mr. Olympia. I'm sure that's what he's going to say. And he's going to say Derek's quads are a little rounder, a little fuller. He was a little bit more complete in that sense, and was enough to take the win. That's what I think Tyler is going to say. I agree with what you're saying, Phil. I think we have this genetic specimen, once in a lifetime bodybuilder, Andrew Jacked, who finally improved. He's the most improved in the whole show. And he did the work. He grinded out. He went to that dark place, like he said. And now he's figured out the formula. And it would have been amazing if he would have won, because now he knows the formula to get shredded. And the sky's the limit for Andrew Jacked, and they kind of cut that short, but it is what it is.
Here's one more thing too, Matt, because I heard Samson say, and I saw this also happen. This individual, I think it was Bikini champ. Oh my God, she dropped horribly low. She wasn't even in the top 10, right? I don't know her name, but I was watching it. But Samson Clay said, he didn't say who, that he needed to come down in weight and be more conditioned. Here's the problem that I have with when we I'm not saying not to listen or whatever, but sometimes the judges will tell you do something that's not in your favor for your physique, and then you do it, and look what happens. You get what I'm saying? I always say stay true to yourself. We all was speaking about this as Samson was getting in the show 6 weeks out with me, you, Kamal. We're all seeing it that if you continue to push, the look that we believe was going to happen, and it did, right? So my thing is getting on his wife. I mean, Dennis James is getting on his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing: when he won with his wife, nobody was saying nothing. They were giving her praise. Okay. Now, if they're doing what they're instructed to do from any judge, whoever it is, and they did it, and now look what happened, right? That's why I tell everybody, stay true to yourself. Andrew, you won the Olympia with a certain look. Yes, you had to come back a little bit better. A 92% Andrew, a 90 to 92%, Samson Dauda in conditioning with that same size wasn't going to be beat. But he was told to come down in weight and be more conditioned. Samson body cannot do that. It just structurally does not look good.
Yeah, Phil. I mean, yes, we talked about it. I mean, 3 weeks ago, we said it's going to hurt him if he's definitely going to go down. But the thing is, like you see Andrew next to him, he didn't go down in size, and he broke condition.
He's bigger.
So there is something wrong what Samson did. So it doesn't mean if they tell you bring condition, that mean you go, you eat your muscle. So there's some way that you could do with your coach, with your training, with your that. That's exactly what happened with Andrew. So he didn't go back. He didn't go down size, and then he's lost that much. He's gone bigger. He's gone harder. So is something wrong gone with Samson's prep. So he need to fix that and to bring the size again, but he has to keep his size because we all know, we talked about it, if he comes keeping like smaller, he's going to hurt him. He's going to look, I mean, he looks very, very, very small. So he has to figure out what's wrong they did, and then they fix it. He won the Olympia, he can win it again.
Yeah. So with regards to what Phil was saying about Dennis, so people have some context, I'll play that real quick here.
That he over-dieted a little bit.
Agreed.
He heard from everybody that it's just about condition when it comes to him. And I think he suffered for the very first time and got himself in the condition that he needed to be in. But if you don't have someone next to you that can see, say, wait a minute, this is not the right look. You know, you should find something in between. And I guess, you know, as a wife or a girlfriend or whoever is on your side, they don't want to really mess with your feelings this close to a show. And that's why sometimes you back off from saying things that you maybe sometimes should say.
Right.
So and I think he over-dieted just a little bit.
Someone that close to you should never be your coach. I'm sorry. I was just talking to someone before, Sean Ray, and we're saying back in the day, we would criticize each other,
all the time,
but in a good way. Like we were straight up honest with each other. Even
I
though
got
we
my
were
feelings hurt like that.
Hey,
many
you know,
times.
right?
Yeah, it hurt, but I took the advice.
So Phil, does Patty ever hold back?
No, and this one, listen, Patty has sat down with Samson's wife. I've been around Samson's wife. She's a no-nonsense individual. And I'm going to speak up on her behalf because that is not the case. Patty's hurt my feelings plenty of time, and I with her, well, you can't even see right. You know, because I get mad, right? Yeah. So I strike back that way. But she'll be quick. So that's not true. If you have a significant other that really knows what fits your physique best, seeing you at your best and seeing you at your worst. She started Samson in bodybuilding. Okay. Yeah. So that philosophy is not true. And I just find it very offensive and disrespectful because I believe because she's a woman, I'm just going to say it because that's what I believe in what I'm seeing. But she's very knowledgeable in bodybuilding. And I truly believe she doesn't sugarcoat anything. And like I said, I deal with it with Patty. She'll tell me straight up, you know, no, this looks bad. Can't you see it? I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, I mean, that's what I'll say because, of course, I think I know my stuff because I'm a bodybuilder, but no, sometimes your significant other that's standing right there with you every single day can see things that, you know, other people don't see. And of course, she saw a lot of things with Milos. Milos is a great coach, but there were some things she believed that was causing damage to Samson's health. So she wasn't comfortable with certain things. So I think she's very knowledgeable. I just believe that, he did over diet. That is 100% true. So I will agree with them with that. Okay, and probably push the cardio a little bit more, since everybody sees him do cardio and said, oh, well, he's not doing anything. I just believe that when he was at that place, when we started seeing that face thin out and the skin looking super thin, he should have just not continued to push, and then have some of those reload, during the week, with elevating some clean carbs, in certain part of the week, to avoid, he was going on barely no carbs. Like, I saw some of his video, 3 eggs on coffee. Come on, So his physique just got pushed to a limit it wasn't supposed to get pushed. But I truly believe that they're going to fix the problem.
Yeah. Do you think Samson comes back and does the Arnold 2026 or?
I mean, I would, but do I believe he's going to? It depends what they can do, which they have time. I would do it because the prize money is so high. I think it'd be great for him and Andrew Jack and whomever is going to be in that show, because we all know Derek is not doing it. Hadi Choopan's not going to do it because he's not going to be able to fly back and do it. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for him to do it and put on a good battle for him and Andrew. But I believe Andrew comes in anything better than what we saw here.
Right here.
He's walking out with some money in his pocket.
Yeah, you can see the muscle. Did he lose muscle? Is that where? Is it?
Yeah, and his chest was really flat. We didn't see that
Really
popping
flat, yeah.
chest.
Oh, I think you're muted, Chris.
Overall, when he came out and I saw him with the rest right away, I shook my head and I told my wife, I said, he's not going to win it this year. And he didn't have that pop that Andrew did. That muscle. Muscle maturity, like muscle density, that 3D muscle. I didn't see that 3D muscle that I normally see in him. And when he stood next to Andrew, I was like, I think Andrew's going to beat him. And that's what it was. It wasn't, his muscle was just flat. I just think he overdieted it, and I think they'll fix it next time. And I think that I don't agree with this wife thing, because obviously she's done some wonders for him.
They won.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that he overpushed it, because when he lost at the Arnold, he said, I'm going to come in condition more than anything else. And it cost him.
Yeah, you can see the glute. It's coming. Was he more conditioned though? What do you guys think? Was he more conditioned?
I don't think he was, because the muscle wasn't full. Whereas it's saran wrapped to the skin. He was in good condition, but I saw more separation in his quads last year. This year, I saw veins and everything going on, but the pop wasn't there. The pop was just not there.
Yeah. The legs looked really downsized. I noticed right away, like the legs looked downsized. It's crazy. I think 6 weeks out, we saw him do the guest posing, and he was already ready. And I think maybe he thought, okay, I still need. Okay, everyone liked the way it looked 6 weeks out. I'm just gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
Look at it when he hits this. This is like a good pose for him. I mean, the most muscular, and the shoulder isn't nice and round like the normal Andrew. Overall, he just didn't have that fullness that what made him wins. Samson. See right here, if you take that and compare it to last year, or you'll see the different on the shoulder.
The shoulders are
it dropped. And I just think that they overdied it and flattened out.
Yeah, just pushed it too far, and then that's where you got it. That's why Dennis James was like, "Well, why didn't Marlena say, hey, bro, stop? We're too far here. We're too far."
Well, probably she did. I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure she did, but Samson is a leader of this bus.
Yes.
He's going to be like, no, it's not enough. I need to come in shredded, and I need to be super peeled, and I need to push my body to the limit until I can't push it anymore. And she probably was sitting there and say, well, this is not a good idea. I mean, listen, she can't force him to listen.
No.
But I'm pretty sure as a coach, a lot of this, some of it is some common sense. Hey, listen, we're there. We don't need to push it anymore. And that was also told to me plenty of times when I was getting ready for the Masters. I was really, really pushing it. And then, Blue would be like, okay, are we at the same cardio we're supposed to be? And I was like, no, I upped it 15 in the morning, and I up to the exit, 15, 20 at night. He said, Phil, do not do that. And I wouldn't listen. I would not listen. And then Patty's like, you're pushing it, Phil. You need to listen to the coach. And then after a while, I had to pull back. That common sense now had to tell me I better listen, because I've done things in the past that didn't vote well for me because I thought I knew it was best for me, and it didn't vote well. So I did listen. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she said something. But Samson, you know us bodybuilders, come on, like when we're in the zone and we're all
Yeah, yeah.
up on the meds, we just not thinking. We believe this is what's going to win, and we really go against ourselves because that's why we can't coach ourselves because we will overdo it. And I'm pretty sure she did talk to him. I'm going to stand up for her, man. She's very hardcore, and she wants the best for Samson. I think he learned his lesson, and I think that the next Samson we see, he's going to bring back a better Samson, a fuller Samson, and a bigger Samson.
Yeah. Do you, so you think, okay, stick with Marlena, or do you think that maybe if he did, like Derek changed coach and look what happened? Okay. Hani Armbrand is the king and like, right. But then sometimes you just need something different. You need a different eye, different approach. Would Chris Aceto, in what he's done with Andrew Jack, working with the big, tall Nigerian guy, right? They know the genetics, the way they respond, the carb sensitivity, all these things. I Kamal, do you think it would be good for Samson to team up with Aceto?
I mean, it's good. Just an example for me and Chris, okay? Every night after I finish training with Andrew, so Chris rings me.
Yeah.
Said, Kamal, how was the training today? I
Okay.
said, yeah, we're going very hard. So the next day when he write the meal for him, so he knows he trained hard. So if he trained hard, that mean it's gonna be easy cardio. It's not hard for the diet. It's not gonna be like going low and low, whatever. So it depends. If we train hard, that means we've burned calories from the training. So we don't have to push much cardio, which is, as we know, if you do much cardio, low calories or whatever, low carbs, you're gonna kill from your muscle, from your mass. So it's not just his wife, whatever, even the style of his training,
Training. Okay.
so it's going to be in a combination. I mean, every day me and Chris, we talk about the progress, what's happening. Oh, today I'll say, oh man, he's not. Even one day I said, oh, Andrew today is very tired, he couldn't do this, he was like this. The next day he gave him low carbs and he did him more cardio. So it depends how it's going to be as a teamwork. And I think we did very well. And as well, like when we're talking with Chris and everything, it made things easier. He said to me, it's the first time this prep, less stuff, supplement,
Okay.
less cardio, and easy diet. Is the first time ever. Why? Because of that hard training and the way we train. We don't do like high volume, like more reps with with very lightweight. That's the problem is because they're gonna do a lot of reps lightweight. That is gonna keep the muscle fullness and density. So you're gonna find somehow to work with his physique to keep that training. The training is the key. The training is the key.
Okay. The training. That's what changed. I mean, Andrew looked like a different bodybuilder.
That's exactly. That's why the only thing. He's the same coach, but the training
The
styles
training.
changed.
Good point. Good point.
Exactly.
Very good point. That I didn't even think about until you just mentioned that. The training changed, right? But the coach stayed the same. So he was with Chris Psycho Lewis, and we're only getting to a certain point, and we're stuck at fifth place at the Olympia. As soon as he changed the training, look what happened.
It's simple. I mean, even I've heard like with Chris Psycho, he
Yeah.
said he should Andrew, he should sack me, which is Chris and Chris, both Chris's. He should sack them.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. Okay, and then it's not Chris, it's the training man. I mean, if I'm coaching you to giving you all the supplement, all the nutrition and everything, and if I don't get hard training,
Yeah.
man, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. That's what we see with the new guys, the new young guys with the new physiques. So they change training, push pull, whatever. No, 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 no. It's only way hard training all year round, good diet, good whatever. It's a lifestyle, like you do it every day. So I don't believe. I mean, I had to do this with Andrew because, like what I said, he came a little bit behind. But if we started longer, we shouldn't be actually doing that. We should have maybe with them because we've done like three working set, like a drop set we worked very, very, very hard. So if he started earlier, training properly, training the way it should be, we didn't have to do this, but we had to because he's a bit behind. So that's what really works. The training, I think, when you have a great coach, I mean, Kris, as I know, I mean, I've dealt with Kris for a long, long, long time. I know exactly what he does. He gives very small little amount. He doesn't give much of the gear and everything. He cares about the health wise and everything. And then you need you to train hard. If you don't train hard, sorry, man, it's not going to work.
Okay. Well, at least we know we got that Andrew has the good team now, and he's moving up, and he's competing again, guys. So you heard it here first. He's going to do the Romania, I guess. That's in November. And
yeah, it's in November. Yeah, early November, I think. I think it's Poland. I think Poland or Romania, one of the Eastern Europe one, and then he's going to do the Arnold. He's definitely is going to do the Arnold. He's just one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's really the Arnold for him is the best show ever. He loves Arnold.
It's not the Romania. You said Poland. It's the 2025 Everest Muscle Star Poland Pro, November 1st and 2nd.
That's the one.
Romania Fest is November 8th, 9. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be qualified for Olympia right there at that show.
Well, he's already qualified.
He's already qualified.
Oh, that's right. He's top three. Yes, right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, well, he's going to shut it down and, rest and then go do the Arnold, but he's going to do one more show, which it's a couple weeks. Not a big deal.
He's doing it for his fam. He's been doing something. The good things with Andrew, like he mentioned he's going to do something in Asia, like Japan or something for his fan that side of the world.
Yeah.
So he likes to go, which is that's good. I mean, that's good. He thinks about the fan, to be honest, to be there, to go around. And he said, I want to do something for my fan. And that's great.
All right. Well, we talked about the top four. Let's talk about, first, before we go to Nick Walker, let's talk about Brandon Curry. Now, this guy shocked me because he was 9th last year at the Olympia, moved up to 7th. Phil Clahar, where do you think Brandon Curry should have placed? Should he have been higher? Nick Walker was...
I think he should have been... Nick Walker should have been behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, Nick was off. He was off big time. He did not look like the two prior shows he did. Brandon, it wasn't a shock to me. I saw what Brandon brought to the Arnold, and this man is on a whole different level. He made, like I said, when I heard he was going to do the Masters, I mean, that made me nervous. Yeah. I mean, I'm an athlete all around, wrestler, boxer, and this guy's improving. Yeah. He's not declining. He's getting much better. Yeah. And he looks healthy, and it's just so. This was not a surprise. I knew he was going to bring it, and yes, I think he should have been at that. What was Nick's 6th?
6th, yeah.
I think he should have been in that 6th spot, battling with Martin. Martin is just a younger, more competitive athlete, but yeah, I think he beat out Nick Walker 100%.
Okay, so we just saw. Where's Nick? I want to see Nick's. No, it's up here. We just saw Brandon, so let's compare what we right there. Let's see. Now we see Nick. What do you got? So Kamal, what's your eye looks at this physique? What happened with Nick?
I mean, Nick, I'm really sorry. I've got zero. As you know, we trained together more than a year.
Yeah.
Nothing against you. Personally, nothing. But I don't know what's wrong, what's happened this time. To be honest, I thought he should actually just pull out. He doesn't do the finals. Yeah, because really what he put, it's really like it's. I mean, we know. He's got this midsection issues and that, and when you're not ready, it even made it worse. I mean, okay, you're big, you're that, whatever, but I don't like what I saw. It's not just me, the whole world now, they're talking about him and this Nick, he's going to beat, he's going to win, he's going to this. I don't know, whatever who's with him. Can they see? Can they tell him? I mean...
Kyle Wilkes.
What's going on? I mean, if they couldn't see that, so that means whatever is your team, they have a problem. They should tell
Yeah.
him, I don't care if he gets hurt or not. That's for his benefit, for him to keep him out of this, better than you walk into the stage with that look. I mean, he looked much better
Yeah.
at Pittsburgh Pro and
Mhm.
the New York Pro. But you come here,
Yeah.
man, with this. Oh man, it really hurts me. I feel really sorry for him. I know he
Mhm.
doesn't like anybody to feel sorry for him,
Yeah.
but like I don't want Nick to look that way
No.
on stage. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. But I don't know. That is not him. Whatever who's around him, he should have told him, Nick, not this year, not this time. And we don't want you to look that way.
But he couldn't do that. He pulled out already. That would have been done. If
Yeah,
he
his
pulled out,
career would
oh
have
my
been
god.
his career would have been done.
Yeah.
Remember when he won Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
right? And he said, "I'm going to come in even bigger." And we all said,
You
"Matt,
don't.
that's not the way you want to go.
No.
It's not about coming in bigger. I will still come in a little bit smaller and a little bit tighter, but coming in bigger was not the case." And as I saw him prepping for this show and getting bigger and bigger, those shoulders looking like mountains. Now, there was something he did say. I don't know if it was semi-glutide or something he was taking to help him fight the hunger.
Rid tried. Rid
Yes,
tried.
for one of
Yeah,
those shows. Now, we have to keep this in mind that this stuff is really not good for your intestines and your digestion because you can't move bowels. You won't have any bowel movements because
Yeah.
I have one or two clients that's taken it and they're telling me they have no bowel movements. They have to take X-Lax.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
one of my competitors brought that up to me in one of his check-in. I said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "I don't know what you're hearing from these big box gyms, but that would never happen with me coaching you." I said, "You need to eat. The old school way is going through that suffering and that hunger and battling it. That's just the way of a bodybuilder. You don't need anything curbing your appetite or causing you not to eat or making you not digest the food correctly." When I saw that shot, and one of his fans actually posted that shot on Facebook and was a big time Nick fan. And he
Yeah.
was like, "I'm very concerned about his health. This is not healthy." Um, if Nick even listens to this, you're young.
Yeah.
You have a very good career ahead of you. But if you don't slow down, it's not going to go in a positive direction. If you listen to his song in the finals, there was a word there, I can't hit it 100%, was basically like, he's going to die soon or
No.
whatever that singer was singing.
I know what you're saying now. What was it? You only have one chance,
And yeah, and
one
you know what I
shot to
mean?
live, one shot to
Yes,
some.
yes. Like
Yeah.
I listen to every single thing in
Mhm.
music. And
Yeah.
if that's not a sign saying slow down, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is. But he needs to regroup. He needs to really take a break. And yes, if it's his coach or whoever else is not seeing what's going on or approving, he likes a yes man. You can't have that in your court. You have to have somebody that's gonna be like, "No, I can't coach you if you're not gonna listen and do it this way." You know what I mean? It's just too much. Just slow down, bro. I just and his mom, come on, man. His family is there.
Mhm.
Say, slow down, son. This is not a game to win money and play with your health. And then when your son is not here anymore, then they want to blame the IFBB. I've seen it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's not a healthy look. It's not healthy. This is not healthy. We've lost big Dallas McCarver, big dudes like this before, right? I don't want Nick to fall in line like that. I mean, and this is what we're talking about. It's very unhealthy with this retatrutide, and it's making you to use bowel movement drugs to take a crap and stuff because you're not like it's not. This is not what it's supposed. It's not what they did in the 80s and 90s, and like none of this stuff. You don't need to do that. So. Nick, when he said he's going to put on 8 pounds, he put on 8 pounds from Pittsburgh to the Olympia. It was like, yeah, I'm 8 pounds up. He was talking to, who was he talking to in the gym? Forget who it was, but he's talking Milos. He's talking to Milos. And then he's like, yeah, I'm 8 pounds up. This is like 2 days out from the show. I'm like 8 pounds stage to stage. I'm like, holy shit. Like, why? Like, where is that going to go? Right. So, I hope Nick Walker, what does Nick Walker do? Does Nick Walker say, I'm going to drop 10, 15 pounds. I'm going to come back. I'm going to do the Arnold. Can he make up ground at the Arnold? Or is this like his structure? That's it.
I would take the rest of the year
I
off,
think
man.
I think if he comes down honestly and just worry about coming in tight, I think he can change the game. But you know what? At the same time, sometime when you start playing around with so many different things, it can mess up your body. And then once your body's messed up, you reach a peak in bodybuilding. And once you reach that peak, it's done. Sometimes your body just does not respond the way it wants to anymore. And I don't think Nick is at that stage, but I mean, I'm a Nick fan. And, Matt, we talked about this. I
Yeah.
had him in the top 3.
Yeah.
But when I saw him, man, I was very, very disappointed. I was sitting there at the prejudge, and even his color was off. He wasn't even as
Yeah,
dark
the
as the
color.
rest of them.
Yeah, that was weird.
And that plays a role too. And I'm just looking at him going, man, what? Oh, his color. If his color was better, in bodybuilding, that changes the game a little bit more, right? But I had him maybe 8th or 9th.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Brandon Curry stepping up and taking 6.
Tight
So,
waist. He was
yeah,
bigger, fuller. Brandon.
and Brandon, I was very impressed. 2 guys that I was the most impressed at the Olympia, and it is Brandon because the improvement that he made from last year, and then also, you're talking about our 3rd place finisher.
Yeah,
Andrew.
Hadi.
So
Yeah, Andrew.
so
Jack.
Andrew Jack.
Yeah.
Those 2 are my dark horse. They made a ton of improvement, and I would give them the most prop in this whole show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's move on to Hadi Choopan. You can see he's devastated here. Obviously, he, was not happy when this happened. Maybe he thought he was going to win. I'm sure he thought he was going to win. It was cool. He did win. He won the night show, scoring wise. So, he was a hard fought battle, and you see him shaking his head there, and is not happy. Do you think Hadi's ever going to win the Mr. Olympia after this? Can he do it, or is it just like he's coming up in age now? The
I
leg.
think if someone is off, I think he can win. But like I said,
Yeah.
Hadi looks. In my opinion, I thought Hadi looks amazing. He came in condition like Hadi always do, and a little bit bigger at the same time. I mean, the only thing he's down is his quads a little bit, but at the same time, is it enough to knock him down if you're gonna pick between Hadi and Derek?
Well, the judges still like him because he won the finals. Okay, they like, yeah, okay, you still got it, Hadi. You beat Derek here in the finals, but you didn't do enough in prejudging, and so Derek evened it out and won by a couple points. So to me, I wouldn't say, Hadi, you're done, don't come back. I would say come back, and there's always that chance. But I think you should go do the Arnold because somehow he tends to do much better at the Arnold and look better at the Arnold. So. And there's $750,000 on the line, so it'd be stupid not to come and try and get that check. So I think Hadi shows up at the Arnold, and
I mean, it's the top 5 at the Olympia. Like if you are at the top 5, you still keep in coming back, and you are a top 5 Olympia. You are the top 5 of the best in the world. So I don't think if you are you're coming out from the top 5 and you're getting back. Okay, maybe you're gonna give up and you say that's it. I'm not gonna make it. But if you're still top 3, top 5 Olympia, I think you should come back and should do it like what you said. You should do Arnold, you should do Dubai, you should whatever you get, just earn some money from there because there is the prize money is quite good. Beatsburg Pro, I mean, even Beatsburg Pro, I mean, he should have, if doing it, Arnold, Beatsburg, so he will collect some good checks. So I don't think he should give up. No, he should come back and can be in top 5. You won the Olympia. If you didn't win again, it's not a problem. You already had a new title, so come back again and just do it.
Hadi's so consistent, you got to give it to him.
look at
Overall, I mean, he's like the modern Dexter Jackson. Dexter always is in shape, right? When have you ever seen Hadi off? In all the years that he's been competing, and he doesn't look like his body's slowing down yet. If you take his comparison from the year before, he keeps getting better and better and better. So I don't think Hadi should quit. I mean, you're right. Kamal, he's the best in the world, and he's right there. And any given day, anybody in bodybuilding can be beaten.
To be honest, I compete with Hadi at the amateur as well. like we compete together against each other. He beat me, I beat him. He's always bring us that condition. I mean, we used
Yeah.
to do the Asian Championship because I was competing for Qatar, and he's there, man. He is always the condition. Okay, the physique's a lot smaller, but he used to do the 80 kilos, and I used to do the 85. That's the IFBB World Champion and the IFBB like Asian Champion. Always he brings us the good condition. Never ever he
Yeah.
came off. Never.
His
He's
his
a hard
glutes.
worker.
Yeah,
He's
the
a
glutes and
hard
hams
worker.
look better than they did last year. They're tighter. So he
Yeah.
did like he brought it. He did what he needed to. He needed to come in tighter, but
I mean,
and
can you guys give me any criticism on Hadi besides a little bit small on legs because he's standing next to Derek and Derek's legs bigger?
that's it. That was the only real thing. I mean, he's got the obliques shredded, chest shredded, quads are super shredded and veiny and separated. The back was improved. Uh, you know, I don't. The abs always beat Derek. So the
I mean,
arms, the biceps beat Derek. So
the only things like yes, his one of his quads is smaller than the others.
yeah,
That's the only thing, and his double biceps from the back is not as good as, but his lats from the back, yes, 100%. He's bigger. I think his lats from the back is one of the best in there. But the double biceps, he's always struggled. Even the amateur days, he's not as thick. But that's the only thing. The rest is like, man, he killed it from every angle.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you can compare Derek, I know somebody's got a post out there. If you put Derek and Hadi side by side on every single pose,
hmm
Hadi beats him almost every single pose. Besides rear double bicep, you got to give it to Derek. But rear lat spread, man, Hadi's lower back
Oh,
thickness,
yes.
you can't. Next to Derek, dude, it was just like wow, so huge difference.
There's the lat spread. Oh, he doesn't have it on here. He's just so shredded in every pose. Every pose is just shredded, shredded. Everything's done. So the back looks improved. It's more like detailed in his back. So yeah, that's why a lot of the Hadi fans are like, Hadi got robbed. He got robbed. He should have won. And he did win. He did win partially in the Olympia this year. He won the finals. So, it was close. Could have gone either way, I guess. It's just, I guess, when you see this much muscularity and density and conditioning, and then Derek doesn't have that, it's like people are like, why? Why is Derek beating him? And it's,
You know what? It all has to do with who is going to promote this show better for the Mr.
I
Olympia,
think
right?
so. I think it has a little bit to do with it, but
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
Derek is the All-American, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at Hadi coming from a different country. He doesn't speak the language, but you know what? I look at it wherever is paid dude, right? And Hadi did his job, and I think he should have beat Derek. I hate to say it. I love Derek. He's a Christian just like me. Good guy all around. But if you look and you're comparing bodybuilding as a judge, I would have to pick Hadi. I don't know how you guys feel.
You're right, Chris. At the end of the day, this is a business, okay? I know it's a sport and everything, but the owner, they're looking to that a little bit over their business as well. So Hadi, he does the Olympia, he wins, and he go back to Iran, and you don't hear nothing from him. You
Yeah,
see? So
that's what I think. Yeah.
yeah. And then Derek is here, he's going around doing what he's doing, promoting the brand and everything. To be honest, that it makes difference. So that's what I was talking to Andrew today. I said, listen, Andrew, you are a professional bodybuilder. You have to be professional in every single thing. You have to be professional with the meet and greet. You have to bring pictures. You have to bring autograph. You have to give this. You have to give that. That is the eyes on you. Man, you need to promote the sport that you are doing. It's not just because you have a good genetic and compete and that's it. No, you promote on the biggest
hmm
biggest company. It's actually our sport for the bodybuilding. It's the Olympia. So
Yeah.
you need to act like a professional in every single thing, and then they're gonna see that. When they're gonna see it, they say, "Oh yeah, he's the guy." Like what Samson did when he won the Olympia. To be honest, he did a great job.
Yeah.
He traveled a lot. He went like all over the world. He actually is like the ambassador. So if you don't do that, it's gonna hurt you. At the end of the day, I don't care. This is my business. I wanted to do what's the best of my business. Okay, I know it's not going to be a big deal between if it's like 2.3 points or 1 point or whatever. I'm going to give it to the guy who's
Exactly.
going to make me money.
Yeah.
And they've got the right to do that, to be honest.
It's their
Really,
business. It's their company. Yeah, they can.
exactly. If you are a professional, act like a professional in everything. Simple.
Yeah, and
I mean,
you're right.
look
Yeah, go ahead.
You look at Dorian, and then you look at Jay Cutler, right? Jay is ambassador for everything. When he was Mr. Olympia, I believe Jay was the best ambassador for the Mr. Olympia. You know,
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't think there has been another one just like him.
100%
You know,
right.
you look at Dorian. Dorian goes back to his country, and he really wouldn't do much. And then you look at Jay. Jay is ambassador, and then I think that does play a role. I hate to say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, Jay, till now, I think till now he's the best as ambassador. Even he's not competing. That's why he still values. That's why he still do what it is. Jay is Jay. I mean, come on. That's
Yeah.
makes a lot of difference.
I think so. I mean, if it's close, give it to the guy that's going to, represent the brand all over the world and be able to travel and do guest posings and come to the Pittsburgh Pro and do the guest posing there, and then obviously compete in the Pittsburgh Pro. So I wish Hadi would do more shows, like the Dubai and this other show. Like, he did the Arnold twice that one year, and that was it. But it'd be great to see Hadi out there more. The fans can see him more. Go to the expos more. Go to the FIBO and things. He doesn't do any of it. All these other guys are there, and then he just is
Exactly.
at home the whole time.
But
So
I hate to say it though, the credit is going to go to Hadi, and I think because after people looking at the Instagram and seeing all the pictures and seeing all the videos and everything else in comparison to himself, I think Hadi's got a lot more brownie points. So the next show that Hadi does,
yeah,
I think people are really gonna key in on him.
yeah. But then you got to think, well, then Hadi beat Samson at the Arnold. So like, do they care about it? Like, who really wins, or is it like it's there's mixed messaging, I guess, because sometimes they give it to Hadi, they gave it to Big Ramy. He didn't speak good English. He just stays, So that's the defense. Well, Big Ramy's won and Hadi's won it before, and well, we're not biased, and like, so towards that, who represents the brand? It's just who's the best man wins.
I think Arnold, to me, for what I've seen every year, I think Arnold judges a lot more fair when it comes to who should win the show. And I think the Olympia is a little bit different because they're really trying to promote the brand.
Yeah. They are two different titles, and they do represent different things. So you're right with that. Let's just go in before we wrap it up to 212 real quick here. Keon Pearson clear wins straight firsts. It wasn't close in the sense of that. They really liked Keon over Clarita. Kamal, you were 212. What your take on Keon? Is his midsection, there was a little bit of an issue after prejudging?
Yes.
We were like all freaking out on the midsection. What do you think?
I mean, to be honest, Keon, as we know, he's got great sector. He's got great physique. He's always had that problem. When he does the vacuum, his midsection's great, but when he let it loose, it's a problem. And this year, it's even more problem. So Keon, please. And I've told him many times before. I've told him he trained with me, and I've told him you're gonna be Mr. Olympia. And when he was with us, so he wasn't even close, but I've told him you're gonna be Mr. Olympia, and when you make it, you're gonna be there. He knows that. But whatever's happened to him this year, his midsections grow. Yes, he's grow all over, but he wasn't as crisp. And his back, his legs is good. It's really like development, good, deep. But from his top half, from the front and from the back, to be honest, next to Sean Clarita, I mean, Sean, he brought the craziest condition ever. To be honest, he's really like he's improved, I think, this year. But yeah, Keon, you need to look at this. When he lets it loose, he gets. Yeah. When he do the vacuum, yes, he's great. But when he let it loose, it's not good for him. So make sure you get control of that and don't make it worse, because you've got great shape, great physique. You don't have to go that much size. Don't chase size, and just a little bit, and you'll be good even for the Open. I think if he did the Open, he could have been very, very fighting for top 5.
Yeah. If this Keon was in the open, would he beat Samson and Nick and
I mean, with this look, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
yeah. Yeah. Phil, we both saw his stomach, and day before the show, we saw that he was with the Urs in the change room there. We're like, man, what's going on with his stomach? And then we saw it on the stage, so it was an issue. He needs to slow down, stop putting on 12 pounds a year, because look what happens. It just makes that stomach worse, and he knows he has that issue. It's some right there. You can see it's like it's missing. It's like the abs are. There's
It's
something.
separated.
It's
If you look
separating.
at the mesh is
Yeah.
and that's what happens when you're forcing food. It
Yeah.
can be fixed though. It
Okay.
can be fixed without surgery. Now, his is way wider than mine. I mean, when I
Yeah.
competed against Ian, I started to get it. It was very
Yeah.
small, and I started to get it. I just focused honestly on a shit ton of vacuums to draw the midsection in, and I'll do 4 sets of 35 to 40 seconds of vacuuming. That really, now I don't have it at all, but where he's at, that's wide. And if that doesn't get correct, remember, the first thing you're looking at when you're doing your front shots is your abs.
Yeah.
Okay. And that right there, I don't care how many vacuums you want to pull in. I mean, that right there, you're still going to see in transition. So I really believe Lee Haney said it the same as well. He has to be careful with trying to put on muscle too fast.
Yeah.
So whoever is in his corner has to let him know there's no need to rush to do anything, because he is a future Mr. Olympia. But if he pushes too fast, he's not going to be a future Mr. Olympia. You're going to now blow out your waist and have more issues with your abdominals, and then end up getting a hernia like Phil Heath, and then have to get surgery. And I mean, we all know once that starts going, your career is done. I do believe Giant Killer, I think, looked great. Of course,
Yeah.
he outstructures him because he has such a beautiful structure, but he was not as conditioned and he was not as tight. I really was leaning a lot towards Giant Killer. He just looked at big improvements, condition, stomach was super controlled, midsection. He was flawless. I just believe structurally he just got out structured. That's it.
Now, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but Ivan Bodybuilding was saying like Clarita's all shot up with SEO and all this stuff and his lats, and like you guys tell me, like, do you see any of that?
No, hell no.
No.
I would be able to tell. It wouldn't be tight at all. It would be looking all funky. I just think that he looked, when they did a comparison picture from last year, this year, his V tape was way better this year. I mean, you think he can't make any more improvement. Even when they did a back shot with him, his back has gotten better, thicker, wider.
Yeah.
And he's way denser than last year. But, I think you're right, Phil. The only thing he got outdid was, Keon's got better shape than him.
Yeah.
And you go for shape or you go for muscle density and hardness, and then they're picking shape over that.
Yeah. So, if he's coming back, he's not done. So Clarita's probably going to win next year because Keon's not going to be there. So he's going to get it back unless that knee hot guy or someone comes up and
man, that young
knee hot Kaya, 22.
That young 22 kid, I thought he should have got third.
Didn't he get who got third?
The Brazilian guy.
What's his name?
Oh yes, Lucas Garcia.
Yeah. I thought Nihan should have beat him because
This guy.
when I looked at everything, I was like, this guy has got that funky looking midget muscle. He just looks kind of
good. He looks good,
man. He looks good.
Yeah.
But comparing him to knee height, when you put knee height when he hits his pose, is so much prettier, and he's got a smaller waist. I mean, look at the fullness on him.
Just the conditioning and the maturity of the muscle, I don't think was the judges like, he's close, but it's a bit softer look.
I mean, give him another couple years. I think.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be the next Mr. Olympia.
I think at the prejudging, yes, Nihad is ahead of the Brazilian guy.
Yeah.
But at the final, I think Nihad has faded a little bit. So that's why at the prejudging, yes, is 100%. It was third. But the final, I think that's what I saw. So I don't know what you agree with me or not, but this is exactly what I saw. At the final, he did fade it a little bit.
I agree. I mean, I agree. You know,
Yeah. So that's 212. We'll wrap it up with classic. We had obviously Ramon Dino taking home the win. Let's see if I can find that. Is it up or down? I don't know. No, it's probably up. But what do you guys think while I look for it? Phil, Ramon Dino, Terrence, who did you have? Mike?
No, I didn't have Mike. Mike didn't look the way he looked last year, so he wasn't even in the discussion of the top two for me. Ruffin looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I just think that he was just. I hate to want to say because he put on a little bit more size, but it's just very, very tough to deal with these guys. Dino was very on, and he had a little bit more thickness and fullness to his muscle. But I was rooting for Ruffin. Ruffin just classic physique all day. I mean, now I'm not complaining. I was super stoked. I was jumping up for Dino. This dude's been battling and fighting second places, and I think one time he was even down one to third place. He's been fighting for a long time. But just Ruffin, man, I just look at his physique and his structure, and his waist is like gone. Yeah. Like there's nothing there, and his prettiness. So listen, it could have went either way. I was happy for Dino, but I was really leaning a lot towards Terrence because he just made so many improvements and he looked just so freaking good.
Yeah. And the posing.
I agree 100%. I thought it was between Russ and I thought it was between Russ and Ramon. That's what I saw. I saw Mike kind of out of the picture, but I don't think anybody would complain, Phil, if Russ did win.
Yeah.
Because you look at Ramon and you look at Russ, and Russ just has such a prettier shape and overall physique, you know. So, but I think Ramon's kind of like the fan favorite.
Yeah, and he looked good. I'm not taking anything from Ramon. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy when you have the darker complexion, even though we could still see Terrence look good. But then when Ramon stands there with the lighter complexion, everything just shows up so much better. It's just really, really crazy when you're looking at the complexion of the skin. Like when he stands there, he just stands out. He just stands out. And this is his best freaking look ever. Kris did a remarkable job. Kris just had a great night in general because of Dino. But I'm very happy for Dino, regardless of if I wanted Terrence to. It could be me being a little biased, but I was very, very super excited because this guy here, he wears his freaking heart on his shoulders, bro. And the fans love him. And you know, he dropped into his knees. This guy's been fighting for a while. Yeah. And I'm very happy. I would not even either one would have won. I've been happy, but I'm more happy for him. He's been battling for a while for this.
Yeah. I mean, I saw exactly, Phil. I mean, with the Dino, because to be honest, I saw him live. I saw what's the difference between. I mean, as he should win, because I saw the purity of his muscle. You know, it's like a crystal. To be honest, it's man. The muscle on him. It's unbelievable. I saw him live, and I saw exactly what it's like. Wow. It's like really shredded. The condition. I mean, doesn't give him nothing as in the real life. Whatever people see him in the front, but as Mike to be second, I think in my eyes, to put Terrence second and Mike third. This is what I saw. I mean, Mike, I don't know. It's something. He's not as what he looked last year. He looked very good coming into the show. With Instagram, of course, the Instagram picture and the condition, whatever, the skin. But like, I mean, I don't know. Something is not right there.
He looks better in those Instagram black and white picture. When I saw that, man, I had to post it. I was like, damn, he looks crazy. You know, quads were huge, muscle was full, everything was just nice and round. And then when you saw him at the show with the rest of them, it was like, oh man, what did he do?
Well, probably with the whole weight and height thing, that could have caused some cortisol thing going on at the show. You know, with the extra weigh-in, that could have took an impact on him. We all know cortisol don't play around. I mean, you could just get a little bit of that and your whole body can collapse. I believe he probably was on point, and with all that stuff going down, I don't think he processed it well, and I think it took an impact on his body. And then if he had to lose weight, if that is the fact that he dropped 14 pounds, then of course that's going to take an impact on his body as well.
I think you're right, Phil, because he everybody was talking about the height thing ever since Matt pointed it out.
Well, everybody was pointing it out. That was it was just
and then when you start going in deeper, needed to make weight, and that trying to make weight, he probably flattened out.
Yeah, well, it was a close between. I think it was razor close between. I think it was 1 point between Mike and Ramon. ChatGPT had Terrence winning, but it's ChatGPT. But it just liked the classic look of Terrence over the others, and but overall,
Yes,
go
the
ahead.
most classic physique. There, you were right.
That's why ChatGPT is like, well, if this is what you guys are looking for, this is classic. That's why it thinks it's Terrence should be the winner. So, anyways, we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. Good show. Got a good turnout here. Lots of people in the live chat here with us. So appreciate you guys joining. We'll be back again as always on Mondays, and we'll have different guests on as we always do. And appreciate you guys joining us. It was overall a good Olympia in the sense of the athletes coming in great shape and everything. And there were some big letdowns. I think Nick Walker was one of the biggest, and same with obviously Samson coming in fourth. Classic physique was good. No real huge surprises there. 212 again, no surprises. And we don't really cover the women's division, so I'm not going to comment on that.
And physique wasn't no surprise.
Physique.
We just talked about physique. There was
Physique.
it was close, but there was no surprise.
Ryan Terry, congratulations to him, 3-time champ. Ali Bilal came in second, and Breon came in 14th. It was huge. That was a big, the slap in the face, I guess, to Breon. But I think he can't hold his body down anymore. He's got to move into 212, and we'll see what happens.
And then the height with Jeremy, he didn't place well.
He got 8th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right, guys, we'll wrap it up there again. Appreciate you guys and everyone here that join us. And again, we'll be back next week. All right, guys.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Take care. See ya. Peace, guys.